Hello, everyone. Oh, it's good to be back. It's been a while. Struggling there with my voice for quite some time, and oh my gosh. So over the weekend, last weekend, I should say, we went to a creative convention. I still have a ton of stuff to share with you. Haven't had a chance. Just still kind of recovering, but at least my voice is back. It actually came back on Saturday. So I actually had to do a demonstration on Saturday for, I don't know, just under 100 people. So it was pretty interesting. So being live here on Facebook is a lot different than being live in person and seeing faces. Gotta say, I was not nervous until I was doing my project and the liquid glue was taking a little longer than I expected to dry. And I looked up at people and I panicked. That's what always happens. Like, I'll be totally fine. I won't be nervous at all. I'll start my thing, go on my roll. And it's when I look up and make eye contact with someone that I just kind of lose it. So at least I'm making eye contact with myself and I should be okay. So sorry I started a few minutes late. I didn't realize that my phone was trying to do an update and it was trying to charge and it wasn't letting me do anything. So I had to reboot it, put it on the charger, make sure it was all good and dandy. And yeah, so I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited I have my voice back. It was really a struggle not to be able to do things. Still no idea what I had. Doctors don't know. So they just had to kind of treat my symptoms. I had tested negative for COVID multiple times. I really think maybe I did have COVID and just didn't know, and the test came back wrong. I don't know, but it was not healthy. And so I needed that time just to decompress and not do anything. I did work in my studio, but it was rough going. It was really hard. I was exhausted, like more exhausted than I've ever been. And I wasn't tired. I wasn't sleepy. My body just had no energy whatsoever. So anyways, I'm back. I've got this awesome, adorable, spooky, sweet mega class. And so tonight I'm going to share 6 projects with you. Now you can purchase this mega class and it's a class to go, meaning it will be sent to you. PDF tutorial will be emailed to you. And where was I going with that? Yeah, there is a registration link. I just need to pop it in because I just finished it up just a few minutes ago. So I just need to pop it in. I'll pop it in the comments. I'll put it in the description of the video. And then later on, I will post this again. And I'll have the link to the class there so you can automatically sign up. It is $59, includes shipping. And I'm going to show you all the awesome goodness that you're going to get in here. And oh my gosh, I can't stop making cards with this and making projects and making goodies and finding candy. And oh my gosh, oh, it was nuts. It still is nuts. I'm still working on it. The class is all done. I've got all the projects done for that. So no worries about that. Everything will be prepped for you except for the items that you need with the Spooky Sweet stamp set and coordinating dies. You'll need to have that, or you'll need to have something else in your stash to do the projects. Tonight, I'm going to do, like I said, 6 of the 10 projects with you. So you get a really good peek at what this mega class is. And so you know what's all in there. And I would love for you to, sign up for this class. It is amazing. My plan is to have it, you can order this class through September. And oh my gosh, I went blank on calendar here. And I don't have my calendar handy. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Sunday the 28th. Let me just open my Outlook here and I'll get you the date. All right. And come on. Yeah, it will, registration and sign up for the mega class will end on Sunday, September 28th. I'll be ordering everything for you on the 29th, and I will plan to have it shipped by the end of that week so that you'll have plenty of time to get your kit, to do your projects. And it's going to be a 12 by 12 paper because it's a specialty paper. So I'm going to flip my camera down and I'm going to share with you what's in the class, what's included so that you know. I know sometimes ordering from people you don't know personally or ordering from someone online, you're always kind of leaning on what am I going to get? I'm going to share with you everything that you're going to get. You know, I know when I've done that in the past, like, oh, what am I really going to get? Am I really going to like it? I am giving you the best sneak peek ever I'm sharing everything that's in the kit. I'm sharing 6 of the projects, so more than half the projects with you. They are just stinking adorable. And if you know me, I like to make treat things. I like to give treat things. And you know what? It's not just for kids. I am just saying, because one of these, my husband will die for. So I'll share that one with you as we go. So like I said, you'll need the stamp set and the dies. You'll also need your own candy. I'm sorry. I may ship a little something to you, but I can't ship all the candy, especially with the warm weather that we've been having. Lord knows that would melt. So, oh, I forgot to put on my do not disturb. Hang on, I need to move my phone. My husband's calling me. Okay, sorry. All right. I wish I could play music, you know. I got to share with you my Halloween shirt. So it says, shake your booty. So I'm decked out in Halloween, and we're going to make some sweet treats right now. Let me flip my camera down. All right. Okay. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of chit-chatting and catching up tonight because we're doing this class. There's a lot of stamping that we're going to be doing. And because this is going to be one of 2 videos in the class. So I need to put aside the pieces I'm going to use. And I want to show you this awesome specialty designer series paper. You're going to be getting a half a package of this designer series paper. I'm leaving it 12 by 12. I am not cutting it. All right. You'll also be getting a bolt of the iridescent petunia pop ribbon. You'll be getting these foam stars, which are sparkly and fun. You'll be getting a half a package of our iridescent bags. So they look like clear bags right now, but when you put a color behind it, you get a different kind of color, kind of look to it. So I don't know if you can, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I get a piece of white, I can show you what it looks like here. All right. So you can kind of see the iridescent. But you'll be getting 10 of these bags. All right. So just shove that back there. And the stamp pads that we'll need, I think there's everything with it. Yeah, so you get this, the specialty paper, the iridescent bags. So that's your products that you're getting. Now you're also going to get 10 project kits. I'm not going to be including envelopes. I'm trying to keep the price of the class down a bit. So I'll offer the envelopes as an add-on so you can purchase your own envelopes. It's just, yeah, with the cost of everything going up right now, I need to adjust somewhere so I can keep my prices more reasonable. Yeah, so the stamp sets or stamp pads that we're going to need are going to be black memento, petunia pop. I didn't use pecan pie. I don't know why I had that out. And pumpkin pie. So these are the 3 stamp pads that we'll be using. We're also going to be using a various amount of blends. If you're not a blend person, switch out your black with StazOn and use markers or watercolor pencils. But when you're using blends, you need to use your Memento Black. So I have Petunia Pop and Lemon Lime Twist, Pumpkin Pie. I don't know where the light one went. There it is. Pecan Pie and Smoky Slate. You can also add these to your class kit. Now, all the add-ons is only if you're getting the class kit, all right? You can't just order the add-ons. It doesn't work that way. I'll be refunding your money and you won't get your items, okay? Or you can purchase the individual things in my online store and get it as you want and just watch the video, all right? But with the class, you're getting 4 extra projects. So here are the 6 projects we'll be making tonight. And I need to get back to my Facebook page here so I can actually see what's going on. All right. Ooh, it's way behind. Let me refresh. There we go. Okay, much better. Oh, all right. Hello, Amy and Beth. I also want to share a super special class that I'm doing. It's my October Christmas Craft Along. We're going to be featuring the Stay Warm stamp set and the pine tree trimmings. I've joined up with Sherry Ozicki and Deb Smeek, and we have come up with an amazing class for you. So this Craft Along, actually what we're going to be doing is, for one full week, we will be doing 12 projects. And there's a bonus project, so it's actually 13. But, 12 sounds much better. So what you do is you order your Craft Along kit ahead of time, and then for one full week from October 20th to October 25th, we'll be doing 2 projects a day, and you will be able to see how to use everything in your Craft Along package to make those. So we're doing 2 projects a day so that you can craft along with us. It's going to be awesome. It is the first time I'm actually really offering this kind of craft along. You can add the pine tree trimmings or the Stay Warm stamp set and bundle to your class. We're going to be making some shakers. We're going to be doing some 3D projects. They are cute. Let me tell you, they're a lot of fun. So you can use these. I don't know necessarily that they'd be mailable. I think maybe 2 or 3 might be mailable. The other ones are things that you're going to want to gift to someone in person. All right. So this sign up goes through August or September 29th as well. So get signed up for it. If you're not into Halloween, sign up for the Christmas Craft Along. I'd love to see you there. Okay, let's get started on projects. Let me move these back out of my way. Now, you're going to see me go in and out of a couple of things because I actually used half of this already to get some things going. So I've still got a stash here. I'm going to use this entire half package to make more cards and more projects. And I will probably do a little video on things that are not included in the class. Not necessarily a tutorial video, but just a share video. All right, let's get going. Let's see, what do I want to stamp first? I've got so many things on the side. I don't know which one to start with. I'm so excited about these. Let's start with my husband's favorite. All right. So let me show you actually what's all in this package of goodness here. This is such an amazing pack of, I don't want to call it designer series paper. It's more than just designer series paper. It's our specialty paper. And it has this amazing sheet of die cuts for you already. I just want to be careful that I don't pop any of these out. Actually, I'll have to because one of the cards I need to. So we have this sheet. They all pop out. They're all really easy to use. And they're stinking adorable. And you can stamp on them. Just saying. Then we've got this little sheet of some extra little creatures. I thought this flamingo was cute. I will be doing some projects with that one. There is one that's already in the kit. And I hear my dog wagging his tail. It's like, it's pounding. I don't know where he is though. All right. And then on the other side, you've got this great orange speckled piece. We'll be using that. Then we have these banner pieces. Now, this is paper. It's not die cuts. So you'll need to cut these out. We will be using some of these, but there are enough to make several kind of treat bags. Yeah, we're going to be using this and these. Okay, that's the other side. We'll be using a little bit of that too. Then we've got these great windows. One of the cards will be featuring using this. And then on the other side is that. And then here's that great candy. What is your favorite Halloween candy? Mine, it's changed over the years. Yeah, I'm not such a sweet person. I mean, I'm a sweet person, but I don't eat as many sweets anymore. So, yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I guess I'd have to say Kit Kats or Snickers, I think, are my favorite. All right, then we have this fun background. And then what's really cute is we have these little landscapes. So you can make cards out of each of these. And we'll be using, I think we're using one of them, but we're going to be using this strip here in the middle. So and actually this is what we're going to be doing this first project. So I actually just trimmed this out. So I cut along where that petunia pop is and right here, and then I just cut a strip. All right, I'm going to kind of put this back together. I will pull out the sheets that I need as I need them. I think I'm really only going to need some of this. So let's just put this below my feet here. Not on my feet, but, you know, right next to me and pile. Oh, and I do have a stack of 12 by 12 paper that's in my way. And look, another little bat. So I've got a whole bunch of pieces that are ready die cut. All right, so let me get my pieces here that I kind of cut through already, because I need to grab a couple more. All right. So, oh, I cut all those out. All right, where are they? All right, these are so cute. There's so many fun things in here. All right, I'm just going to stack that over there. Put this one and this one. Where is that sheet? Did I use the whole thing already? I didn't think I did, but maybe I did. Okay. Well, oh, here it is. Found it. All right. So this is a handy dandy little treat pouch that we're going to be making. And I lost my die cut already. Moving it from one side of the table to the other, I lost my die cut. How could that have happened? All right. I knew I should have put everything in envelopes, and I did not. All right, well, I guess we'll just quick die cut another one. Yours will be included already. You won't have to worry about, you'll have your strip. I must have just moved, when I had my little stack of everything next to me, I just moved it. And I just cut this piece out here too. So I know I have it. Ugh. And can I tell you, I'm just challenged with all the crap that's on my desk right now, because it keeps falling off. And there's nothing that irritates me more when stuff falls off my desk. All right, let me get this die cut. So I'm going to show you actually what I'm going to be die cutting. So I'm grabbing my little spooky Halloween. We're going to put my little critters over here to the side because I'll be using those. So put the stamps right here, and we'll put them, if I ask, they're up there. They're up to my right. Because you know, I'll lose them. All right, we're going to first start with this right here for our project. We'll be getting to the other dies later. All right, so I just need to run this through my my cut and emboss machine. Now I'm actually just going to be, you'll actually get a hunk like this. So you will be die cutting your own piece because you'll have the dies there. So let's do that piece first. This is really a fun thing to use. It's got a little score in it, so it makes a cute little tab. And also, in addition to getting these projects, I'm going to be gifting you all a little pillow gift. It's actually not little, but it features these party banner dies. Now, if you haven't seen these, let me get these out, because, oh my goodness, they're awesome. So, it's a huge package, I know. But look at all these dies that are in there. You can seriously make a banner, a party banner from this, all right? And then it has little holes and stuff that you can cut. I do need to leave this one out because I do need that for one of the other projects. I forgot to cut one. All right. So what I did here, I used the third to largest here, and I ran this through my die cut machine. I will do this for you. You don't have to worry about this piece. Anything using the everyday arches and the banners will be done for you. The only thing that you need to have is going to be the spooky Halloween dies, right? Or if you have a similar thing, maybe I'll have some Halloween sets from before. All right, so let's get back to this. I'm going to grab also a piece of magnet here, so I can throw my dies on there so they are all in one place. All right, so this, there's that little score mark. You're just going to fold it at that score mark. All right, it's going to make that little tab for you. So there we go. All right. I need to grab a couple things from here. I'm going to grab this. I don't really know what this is, but it almost looks like a coffee or a coffin, or I don't know what you want to call it. And then, yeah, that's all I'm going to need. All right. I'm going to take my party banner here, and I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches. So I'm going to slide it in. This little edge here is at 1.5. So park your dark. That was something that they kept saying all weekend at the convention, was park your dark, so that you are putting your cutting blade out of the way. All right, so I just scored that. I am going to be using tear and tape. I find that tear and tape, liquid glue are my best friends for 3D projects, so you're going to see me use that a lot. All right, so now I have this here. I'm going to just fold this down. Okay, crease it a little bit. I'm going to grab one of the party bags. Didn't I have one out? I do. Okay. And let's kind of get our stamping pieces in order here, because I feel like I'm losing my mind at the moment. All right. So I have this piece, like I explained how I cut that out earlier. This is going to go across right here. All right. I'm actually going to use this side. I'm going to cut it this way this time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to take, for my own sanity's sake, I am going to, oh, it's going to be right at that edge. Okay. I know exactly where to cut it. Sometimes I like to take a little marker or a pen and just cut where I need, you know, put a little tick mark so I know where to cut it. And so this one is going right here. Okay. So I'm going to go right along there. Now if it ends up being too big, well, then it's too big. Then I just trim it off with the scissors. But there we go. All right, let's get our adhesive here. And again, when I'm doing treat pouches, I do not skimp on adhesive. Don't skimp. That's all I'm saying. You want your treats to hold up, so you want to use a good amount of adhesive. All right, so I'm just going to line that up. I'm going to make sure I don't go below that little peak right there. I want it just above that. All right, so there we go. And it's a little tad longer, so I can actually just take my scissors and trim, boop, just like that. Okay, so we've got that going. Now we're going to kind of finish up our top, and then we'll get our candy in there. So I'm going to take a strip. I just want one of these strips right here. I'm going to cut this one. So let's bring in our trimmer. Now again, this is cut down from the 12 by 12 paper. The other side has this gray on it. So I am just going to cut between that black and petunia there. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to open this up, make it a little easier on myself. And I am going to just, I know it's about 1.25 inches. I just want to put some adhesive right at that end. But in the meantime, I want to make sure I'm keeping this. So if you want to use liquid glue at this point, you can. But I am just going to put it through this whole thing right here. Just like that. I'm going to just center that strip, go all the way to the edge. I'm going to just trim off this excess. All right. There we go. Oh, that's sticking to my fingers. It didn't want to come off. All right, now I've got this little 3/4 inch strip here. I'm going to bring my black Memento ink in, and I'm going to stamp. What am I stamping? I'm stamping No Tricks, All Treats. Now, if you wanted to do this in another color, you can. You can do whatever you want. All right, I am going to just move it more towards my left. Reason being is I'm going to cover that up with that little die cut piece we pulled out before. All right, All Tricks, No Treats. Next step, I'm going to take my little tab here, and again, liquid glue. Your seal is fine to use for this piece. All right, And I'm just going to just line up my, line up where I scored it. I'm going to do it off to my left side here. Hopefully I got that straight. There we go. All right. I'm going to take my all tricks, no treats, all tricks, or no tricks, all treats, whatever. My sentiment. Yeah, that's what it's called, a sentiment. And we're going to put this right here. This is just so darn cute. I really like it. And actually trying to center right in that chalk mark there. All right, so I've got that. Now I've got this little die that I've done. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Now, I am going to tell you, there are a number of different adhesives that I'm going to be using tonight. I really recommend them, all right? You're going to want mini dimensionals, or you're going to need to be cutting your dimensionals apart. A lot of these pieces are kind of small. They have little pointed pieces, and so you may end up finding that using your mini dimensionals are just as good. All right, so I've got those two. Oh, and I haven't shared this with you. You know, I've been whining that I haven't been using a little catch-all for my little tabs here, so I have one now. All right, I'm going to put this on the front, right there, just like that. Now, here is where this is my husband's favorite. So I've got my little bag here. I'm going to open that up. My husband absolutely loves Mike and Ike's. It does not matter the flavor. He loves Mike and Ike's. So, and I thought these were fun because they've got like a purple and an orange and a green. I'm going to try the purple. I tried the orange and, ooh, that's sour. Ooh. I don't know if you're going to like those, but it'll be fun to give it to them. Oh my. Who should do my face? Like my cheeks are clenched. Woo. Woo. All right. I'm going to start with putting a strip of adhesive right here. I want to make sure this candy doesn't fall out. And right here. You can use glue dots for this too. Now, gotta see where my bag is. So I'm going to, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put a strip of my tear and tape near the top of the bag. I'm going to make sure I'm pressing down really well. All right. Then I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool. Now right before the video, I put everything away because I didn't want to have to search for it. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool. All right, and I am just going to actually fold this down. I want to try and make this flat for a moment so I can fold this down. All right. Okay, I am hearing gunshots outside. That's kind of freaking me out because my front doors are wide open. I shouldn't probably say that out loud. You know what? I'm going to have to go run down and close the door. All right, I'm going to peel this up. Now that I'm all paranoid, peel this up. Peel this up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not fireworks that I'm hearing. All right, and I'm just going to lay this on here. The goal is I don't want it deeper or lower than that. Now I'm going to fold that over. Shake that candy down and just give it a good squish. Oops, don't want to squish him. All right, so how fun is that? So this is our little Mike and Ike treats. Oh, we need our embellishments. We need our little foam stars. So they come in 3 different colors. You got black, Petunia Pop, and white. And I guess these little guys right here didn't want to stay sticking. So we're going to grab that one. We'll put it over here. We'll grab a Petunia Pop one. And I'm going to grab another petunia pop. Okay. So there we go. Different every time. This one I just kind of got them to lay a little flatter. All right, so that is our first project. I'm just going to leave this here, and you can ooh and ah over it. I want to go lock my front door. Okay, thank you. So I have all my doors and windows open because our air conditioner fan stopped blowing. And we haven't had a chance to get the AC guy over yet. So it's been a little warm since it's been, what, in the 80s here? Okay, let's move those aside. Move that project aside. Okay, let's make a card. We're going to do a quick and simple card. So this is our little Happy Halloween one. Again, we're going to be using those dies. I have a piece of daffodil here. And, oh, I had this piece cut too. So your tutorial, your PDF tutorial will give you all the measurements of everything. And Lord knows what I did with that. Oh. Well, for heaven's sake. All right, I guess I cut another piece. Okay, not a big deal. All right. All right, let me just see. That should work. They must have been the things that fell right before the video started. I'll have to measure it really quick. All right. Yep, because I even had this little tab here, and that's gone too. I don't know what happened to them. But we'll figure it out. All right. And now my black piece here, which is an 1/8 inch bigger than that one. Okay. I had to make sure it was wide enough. Or long enough, tall enough, whatever the word is I'm looking for. Okay. So your black, your daffodil will be cut for you. You're also going to have another one of those little arch dies. That's going to be cut for you. So this is what it's going to look like. You'll need to cut your designer series paper. And from your from your specialty paper here, we will need the little brooms, and as you can see, I've already used that broom, so I'm going to actually change up my card a little bit just for the class, and we're going to use one of these. I think this, I just knew I wanted to make that card just like that when I was creating, but we'll come up with a different one right now, just so I can keep using this one sheet here. So now actually you're going to be having 7 projects tonight, because you see this one and we're going to make this one. All right, so we're going to have our broom here and our little cauldron. And on here, we'll put our Halloween just above there. So let's go ahead and we'll pull back in our black. And I want the sentiment that's on a stamp somewhere. Okay, there's spooky. Oh, here's Happy Halloween. I'm going to grab my black. We're going to stamp that. This one's a super easy and fun card to make. Every once in a while, you have to have those really fun cards just to do it quick, right? So, like, let's say you find out, you know, someone's coming to the house for Halloween, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything for them. But you have candy all over the place. You're like, oh, I can just grab a little iridescent bag and throw some candy in there. Or I can just, like, actually make a little box and throw some candy in there and give them a card. So now we got some card ideas. All right, let's get these assembled. I'm like on a roll tonight. I feel like maybe and no, I didn't have any energy drink, but I kind of feel like I did. I'm like, woo! And no, I haven't had, well, I guess I did have caffeine. I had a Diet Coke. I'm not used to having all this energy anymore. I'm like zinging here. All right, so we attach this with dimensionals. So I was talking about adhesive. One of the other adhesives that we're going to be using tonight is going to be our adhesive sheets, because we're going to be making these little fences and all the little bats, and we're going to be using some of the bats in this card. So what I did is I actually took my cardstock, I put it on one of these strips, and then I ran the bats through the die cut machine. Now if you haven't seen that before, I'll go ahead and I'll grab a piece of black cardstock and show you how that works. You haven't ever had a chance to experience it, and oh my gosh, it's a game changer, let me tell you. All those little dies and all the things that you're trying to put little liquid glue on, oh my gosh. This saves like you a lot of insanity. All right, so let's get this. I am going to be using liquid glue for this one. I'm going to glue these down. And we'll put it at a little bit of an angle here. All right, let's get our little cauldron. I think maybe our cauldron we can probably pop up, because I'm going to be popping up our sentiment here, but because it's so much higher, I have the ability to do that. So on this one, I really didn't pop that up. So, I mean, I popped this up, but I didn't pop any of the little die cuts. So all these little die cuts are included in your specialty paper. It's amazing. I mean, just with those alone, I've been having fun, and I haven't even gone through half of them. Just saying. All right. So here's our Happy Halloween. I'm going to go right to the edge. I'm going to have a little bit of that broom showing. All right, let's pop this thing up. Let's put some adhesive here. And we'll pop on our... Okay, I should have my, so, oh, again, with stuff falling. Oh, I'm irritated now. Sorry. I'm irritated with myself that I keep doing this. All right. So before I push that down, I had to pick up my mat because silly me thought bringing a bottle of soda up was a good idea. And I spilled it not just once, not just twice, but 3 times all over my desk. Hey, I tell you what, it was a great way to clean my desk, because I had to throw everything that was on my desk away. Ugh. It was one of those days. All right. That there. Do this one up a little bit higher, so it kind of gives that handle a little bit of something. Peel these off. Now, I mistakenly put these long nails on, and oh my gosh, they're really challenging to work with. Let me just say, I am not used to having nails this long, but because I was doing that presentation, I put them on. All right, I said I wasn't going to like babble like that during this, because this is going to be a class video. So let's just keep going here. I've got that little adhesive on the back of my bats here, so I'll peel that up. Just need to get that started. And so now when I do that, that's just the backing. Now I have adhesive all over my bat, and he is going to stick to my paper. Awesome. Now it'd be really fun if you have a little gel pen to put little eyeballs in him. Just saying, I don't have one. Mine dried up. All right, let's grab another one. Now I have a couple that I don't think I have adhesive on, so I'm just trying to find some of those. Okay, the reason I'm looking for the one without adhesive is I'm going to hang it off the edge a little bit. Okay, just like that. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of liquid glue. So if you don't have those adhesive sheets, don't worry, it's okay. you can still use your green glue. I use mine in my little precision dispenser. I offer that with my adhesive bundles. They're very helpful to have. All right, so there we go. There's another bat there. And let's get one more bat. And then I will show you how I put that adhesive sheet on. And I'm going to put this one right here. Okay. All right, let's get our little foam dots on, our foam stars on there. Move that out of the way. And since I really don't have any petunia pop on this card, I am not going to use petunia ones. I'm just going to use black. We'll get these ones that kind of got out of their little corral there. Yeah, we'll put one right there. Okay. So 2 versions, same card. We just changed it up by changing up our little die cuts based on which ones we've already used. So let me quick show you about the adhesive sheet. Let me grab a scrap piece of black here. Is that piece handy? That's daffodil. That's white. Where's my black? Alright, so I've got a small little strip like that. So what I'm going to do is, it's about 2 inches wide. So when I grab these sheets here, and I already have one started. Oh, look, here is my, oh, this is the other project. Okay. Here's one I started. Alright, well, I guess I'll just show you with this one. Alright, so these are divided in 2 inches strips. So they're 2 by 12 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that top layer off here, just like this. I'm just gently peeling that back. I'm going to take my piece of cardstock and I'm going to put it all the way to the edge here. All right, I'm going to smooth it down. I'll put my backing back on there because I want that to stick down here. I don't want to have that all sticky and exposed. It'll get all over everything. And then I'm just going to trim this out. You can put a half sheet of cardstock. It'll fit because this is 6 inches wide. All right, and then I'm just going to trim this out. Okay, now I've got this extra sheet. I'm going to put it back in my little container. Okay, hey, I got a fun little thing to share with you now. So I know I said I wasn't going to do this kind of stuff during this video, but it's going to, because this actually happened to me during the convention, like 5 minutes before I was doing my presentation. My nail popped off. I didn't have time to go run back to my room to get the nail adhesive. So I thought, what can I do? Liquid glue won't work. It'll take too long to dry. I grabbed my mini glue dots. I put them on my nail. Yes, I really did do this. I'm doing it right now too. I'm actually going to put 2 more on because I found double dipping on my glue dots makes things stick a lot better. So if I really need something strong, like with a bow, I will do double glue dots. All right. Okay. So I have a little bit extra here. We're just going to roll that back onto my nail. Take my nail. I know. Who knew, right? And make sure I'm putting it on the right side. Yeah. Now I'll have to take care of it later. But boom. It's back on and I am set to continue with my presentation. Who knew? I was like going to share that with you, like tell you about it. I really wasn't expecting it to happen though during the live tonight. Okay, let's grab our next card here. This is our all tricks, no treats, or all treats, no tricks. How cute is this one, right? All right, so I've got all my pieces cut here. And I do need to trim this one down. So on this card right here, oh, hold it. I forgot my other piece and I had it out. What did I do with it? I cut it down for that. Oh, silly girl. Silly, silly girl. I'm kind of bummed that I keep making mistakes like this because that's, you know, like a rookie mistake. All right. Let me grab this. I apologize. So this needs to be 2 3/4. I don't know why I thought using that piece would have been a good idea, but all right. No, I'm wrong on what size that is. Ugh. Oh, please. I can't believe I did that. Right before the video, I was like, oh, I need to have this black piece. And like, oh, there it is. And I cut it down. And yeah, I grabbed the piece that was actually from this project. I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch off here. Right. And I'm just going to score this really quick so I have it done. All the scoring, all the tips, everything like that will be in your tutorial. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm making my base right now. So I've got my black here. All right. I need to trim off a piece of this. So that needs to be trimmed off to 2 inches off of this side. That's where that 2-inch piece came from for cutting all my bats out. All right, so I have this piece. Now, this piece is going to be longer than you need. It's okay. You can trim it down or do whatever you want with it. What I like to do when I'm assembling this is I take this is actually my peach pie. I'm going to layer it in here. And what I want to do is make sure that this scored line comes to the edge of the card. All right, so that's how I'm going to adhere that one. Now, because it is a fun fold, it's going to be open and closed. I am going to use my tear and tape. Now you can use your Seal Plus, you can use liquid glue. This is just going to be a little faster, and it's going to hold really well. Yeah, I always recommend tear and tape, Seal Plus, and liquid glue as the go-tos for 3D items. Tear and tape I also love to use on my scrapbook pages. All right. So we're just going to get that in here. I'm not really measuring. I'm just kind of eyeballing top to bottom. All right. So now we've got that in there. I can just take some regular seal or liquid glue to this part. Put that on it. Oh, I forgot to stamp on it. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's get decorating the other pieces. I have a strip of my Designer Series paper, and I'm going to put that on the front. Oh, come on. I might have to switch to liquid glue. And just, you know, just look which way. On this piece, it's not going to matter which way your little candy, whatever goes. On the little box that we're going to be doing next, you do need to make sure of your direction of your paper. On my sample, I put it backwards. I mean, upside down. All right. There's that piece. And now I have this one here, and that's going to go right here. And I obviously measured wrong. I measured something wrong there. I don't know what I measured wrong. Don't worry, yours will all be correct in the tutorial. I just don't have it pulled up in front of me. All right, so we're just going to put this piece on now. I do always double check and triple check my measurements in tutorials. Just because I find when you get one that's wrong, it's kind of, you know, frustrating because then you're like, I just did all this work and it doesn't fit. So I always make sure I have that correct. All right. So now from here, we're gonna just cut one of these out with our trimmer. Doesn't matter which one you want to use. I guess it kind of does because this one is the face is going down. So let's just cut this. And I'm actually going to cut it this way first because I feel like these tags, that line isn't going to work as well. All right. Okay. And let's cut this. So I'm just looking in my trimmer to see where the two different colors are and then getting that in my groove. And then I'm just going to trim that. All right, let's grab our All Tricks. Why do I keep saying all tricks, no treats? No tricks, all treats. Like, I feel it should be the other way around. It should say all treats, no tricks. I have no idea. It just, I feel like it's backwards. Okay, I'm going to just stamp that right in the middle. Now we're going to actually use our stamp set a little bit. I'm going to put this right on the top here. I'm going to bump this right up to that edge of the other Designer Series paper. A little bit's going to overhang on this side, but that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to set that there. All right, now you will also be getting a full sheet of basic white cardstock. This will do all of your, it'll be enough for more than your stamping, all right? So you're going to be doing all your stamping on this. And looking for my little creatures here. Let's put our dimensionals out of the way. We're going to stamp the little cat and the little dog. We're coloring those in with our blends. And I did one ahead of time here. So I have this little one here. Oh, I used brown on it. Okay, never mind. We'll just color again. That's all right. All right, so I'm just making sure I've got this well inked. Stamp right there. Stamp this one right here. And let's get my chamois so I can clean my things. Let's get some of our stamps cleaned up right away. Because one of the things I found that I do is, like, I leave my blocks standing up like that. And inevitably, it'll knock over and land on something. If I leave them like this, I put my arm in them or my project on them. So, just want to get them cleaned. All right. Now, I'm just going to actually bring in a little sheet that I had from before. It's going to be easier for me to trim out really quick to send through my die cut machine. Oh, actually, you know what? This will still work. We'll just trim it down. We'll need a number of these little critters. So, all right. Now, I'm gonna, you can use pecan pie or you can use smoky slate. This is my pecan pie version. I do have ones that have smoky slate on it. So whichever you want to use. So I'm gonna start with my light pecan pie. Make sure it's my light. And I'm just going to, oh, my brush tip is kind of worn out on that one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color everything. I'm gonna make sure I don't color my little nose. And I'm going to leave my ears, the inside of my ears, because I'm going to use Petunia Pop for that one. All right, so we're just going to color these really quick. All right, we'll get little hands, our little tail. This is actually pretty quick to do, and actually it's, I like coloring with my blends. It's actually very relaxing to me. Might as well do him right away. Since I have the light out, I'm just starting with my light blend, and I'll go back in with my dark blend to give it some shadowing, some shading. I'm trying to hurry but stay in the lines, which sometimes when I hurry, I don't stay in the lines. Anyone else have that problem? What is everyone doing this weekend? Is the weather supposed to be nice by you? We're supposed to have some scattered storms. But we're going to take our children, or my grandchildren, to the pumpkin patch. I'm really excited. That was one of my more favorite things to do with my kids when they were little. And since my son did not have everything ready for me to do the scrapbook pages the other day, I told him he has to go. Whether he liked it or not, he was going. But yeah, he was actually really wanted to do that too. So, yeah, we should have a fun day. I'm pretty excited about it. A nice fun family day. It's been a rough couple of weeks. We've had friends pass away, and a number of them, so it's been a little stressful. I mean, just, you know, it's a little sad, and I feel very sad for those families. But, okay, let's get our light petunia pop, and we're just going to color in the ears right here. I know it's a pretty dark color, but it's okay because it matches our designer series paper. Do that. And he is only going to have this in petunia pop. All right. And now we're going to grab our orange and our lemon lime twist. Oh, look, I found a foam star. Let me just put it somewhere. I'll put it right there. Okay. I'm going to use my light lemon lime twist here for this little outfit. We'll hurry and do this. And actually, I think this is almost drying out. Oh, heaven forbid. I gotta order another one. All right, and then I'm going to color her little stockings. And we'll color his little pants. And okay, now I'm going to grab my light pumpkin pie here for his shirt. Ooh, you can tell that I use those a lot. And we'll just do his whole shirt in light pumpkin pie. I'm going to come back in with my dark and add some shading to that. You know, it'd be really cute. You can make it like a Charlie Brown shirt. I was just thinking of that as I was doing those zigzags. All right. And now I've got my dark. And I'm just really kind of going around the outline here. All right. And we're going to do her skirt in the dark. All right. Come back in with the light over here and just blend this all in. All right. Now we can die cut these out. Oh, I'm going to do a little bit more coloring. I want to do the, there's like the little part of her hat that's white. I just want to add that, put that color in her little cauldron there. Her little, okay, these little stars keep getting stuck on everything. Like I must be rolling it in the little thing of, where are they? Yep, that's what was happening. They were getting rolled in there. All right, there we go. Okay, let's bring out the dies. Let's shake the booty up. All right. die cut machine here. Now I'm using my mini die cut machine because it just fits on my table better. And I can cut these both out at the same time. All right. So we're going to be making another card. And then we have, I think, 2 treats. I think I had 3 cards and 3 treat holders, I believe. I could be wrong. When you stamp your little critters here, oh, shoot. Just make sure that you're stamping them far enough apart. Ooh, good thing I caught that one. My one die had slid on top of the other die. All right. So I cut these when I stamped them a little bit too close. So I would suggest stamping a little further apart. All right, so 2 little critters. All right, let's bring in our card base again. And the other thing I stamped that I forgot to show you, I stamped in pecan pie, or you can stamp it in black. I think black would actually look a little better. Let's stamp it in black. We're going to grab a piece of my daffodil here, and we'll stamp that in black. I feel it's going to go much better. Where did my daffodil go? Huh. Again, my pieces are just like wandering off. Here we go. All right. You're going to have a small little piece in your kit there. You're going to take your little broom. So you'll see the difference between the brown and the black. Originally when I did it and took the picture, I took it in the brown, but I kind of think black might be better. All right, we'll die cut that out real quick. Yes, there is a die for that. There's a die for candy corn, not candy corn, but the little pumpkins. So you have your little pumpkin there. You can die cut pumpkins out. All right, let's grab this. Bring this one through. If you wanted, you can also, put adhesive on the back of that. Oh my gosh, the adhesive sheet. I'm okay with just using the liquid glue on this one. It should be fine. All right, well, someone's at my door. My husband must be walking in the house. My dog's really weird. Sometimes he'll bark when my husband comes home. Other times he just stands in the door. And other times he'll just lay on the couch just waiting for him to come in. And now he's just being obnoxiously loud. I don't know if you can hear him. Can anyone hear him? Or is it kind of muted out? I'm hoping it's muted out. All right. There we go. Okay. So we have our little friends here, our little trick-or-treaters. And I do like the black. So here's how it originally was. I like the black much better. So, all right. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab our dimensionals. We're going to pop them up on dimensionals here. Okay, I don't really want the minis. I want my regular. So, oop. And I am actually using a lot of dimensionals on my project tonight. I really want my little people to be supported here. And I feel that I need to use more than I normally do. Oh, and it's really hard to pick these up today. All right, let's bring my chicken pick tool so I can peel these off. Again, I am not used to having nails, so okay, so we'll put him right here. I'm going to put a mini dimensional on my broom here on the bottom, but it's going to be over her hand, so I'll just put a little bit of liquid glue on that after I get her attached. Let's see, we'll put a small one up on top. Oh, there's some sticky stuff on my, take a pick tool, hold on. Just need to get it cleaned off. There we go. All right. Oh, come on. I keep, when I peel off the dimensionals, the backing keeps peeling off instead of the dimensionals. So then I just get the backing instead of the dimensional. All right, there we go. So I'll put her over here. And like I said, we'll take a little dot of our glue, put it right on the hand. And here is her broom. There we go. Now all we need to do is grab our little foam stickers and just sprinkle those around the card. I really like the petunia ones. I think they really stand out nicely. As you can see, I haven't used the white very much. I don't know why, I just haven't. I feel like the other ones just pop out so much more. All right, let's see. No, I'm just going to stop there. I'm just going to go ahead and grab my strip here. Because we're, uh-oh, I had adhesive on that. All right, well, I'll show you how to fix that. So I'm just going to take another little strip of paper. And I'm going to put it right where that adhesive is. And then we'll just take our little snips here and we'll trim it down. Because I wasn't paying attention where that adhesive went. Now, there we go. It's almost like we meant to do it. But that's a little trick you can do to hide your things. All right, so here's our little strip here for our Happy Halloween. Again, I'm just going to stamp it in black. You can't hear. Yeah, he's a trip and a half. He's quiet now, so my husband must have came in the door. Either that or someone walked in and gave him a really good treat. He is totally treat driven. Although he wouldn't just let anyone walk in the door. One of our friends walked in and came in and gave me a hug, and yeah, Cooper was not happy with that. He was like, "You don't come in and just hug her. She's mine." So now everyone knows PDA is not allowed in my house with my dog around. Although I just put him in the other room. Because you know what? I want hugs. Okay. I'm going to take this and our seal. Put that right in the middle. We'll grab one of our little bats here. Peel that backing off. And we'll put that right on here. Hi, Cooper. Are you protecting me? Okay. All right. And that is our card. Okay. So that's our, was that our second card? Yeah, that's our second card. I'm just trying to put things over to the side here so I know which ones we've done. Give me a second here. All right. So we've done that one, that one. Oh, danger. My foot just went in the garbage can. Oh. All right, we did one of our treats. All right, let's go with another one of our treats here. Okay. Gonna move that, move that. All right, this is a quick one. All right, now I gotta find a little banner. All right, so, well, this is where I pulled that banner out from. So I need several things. Where is my little... Okay. Oh, please, I have all the stuff over here. I didn't realize I had it. Oh, I keep dropping my garbage can. All right, so I need that. You will have a piece of black for your house in there. I already have my house cut, so all right, here's my house. And I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my die cut. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take my circle here. It's the 2 3/8 inch circle, and I'm going to use my little spritzer here. I just have water in here. You can use rubbing alcohol too, and I'm just going to squirt just like once or twice on there. Okay, I don't want to get it thoroughly drenched because it's going to take too long to dry. All right, so. Well, I hope I didn't throw my little cap out. All right. So I crumpled up my little circle. And I'm going to set it aside to dry. Okay. So while that's drying, we're going to run our white through to get our little die here. I'm just going to trim it down so I can fit it in my die cut machine. When my garbage can tipped over, it took all my projects. So I'll be cutting a few as we go because it's all over on the floor. Hopefully I have most of the other ones in a place where it didn't fall. But I just noticed this was missing, so. All right. Got that. Now this time we're going to color our little guy in gray, smoky slate. And I've already actually done that. So just like we did before, I stamped it and then I colored it. So I have that piece done. This way your class video isn't so long. Right. And now we're going to go ahead and assemble things together. So let's put this right here. So hopefully it's almost dry. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and start working. I'm going to take my little house here and I'm just going to place it on my circle so that it doesn't have, so that like the windows don't have a space open, all right? I want all those little windows to have the daffodil behind it. So let's go ahead and get some liquid glue on here. And I want my silicone mat before I make a mess on my desktop. All right. And really, I'm putting it just around the windows because I know that those are going to be on that circle. But just in case something else hangs off, I don't have to worry about it. Right. There we go. Give it a good press. If you need to, that's no longer, just drop your stamp on it. All right, now we're going to take our spooky. And again, I'm doing that in black. You could do it in any of the colors. So I'm going to stamp it right in the upper corner here. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to take a little hole punch. And I'm just trying to find my little trio of punches here. I didn't have them pulled out. Alright, well, I don't have them handy. Can't see them in the dark here. Oh, here they are. Found him. There. So I've got my handy dandy little punch here. And I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, I'm going to grab a cello bag. Put cello bags. Where did I put you? Anyone know where I put my cello bags? Thought I had them right over here. Oh, here's one. Here it is. Okay. So I've got my cello bag. Now, the next candy that I found is Sour Patch Kids. And I got it because they're purple and orange. So, I also got it because this package is contained already. So this, all I have to do is cut off the top and pour it in. And, you know, while you're doing this, you always want to make, you know, check your treats. Make sure there's not things in your treats. So, I'll go ahead and eat that one. See, now, I like these much better than Mike and Ike's. I might have to try a purple one to make sure, though. Alright. That I can fit in here a little better. Now, if you don't want to use that much candy, don't. Eat some. We're going to take our Petunia Pop ribbon. Oh, yeah, see? Here's one of the other pieces that fell on the floor. Right. And I need a piece of linen thread. So you'll need your own little piece of linen thread here. And I'm going to take my tag and I just thread that through real quick. Now I cut a pretty long strip, but I just want to make sure that I have it long enough. I'm going to take my ribbon here. What I like to do with this is I actually like to put, okay, again, these nails, they're coming off. They're coming off soon. Okay. I think that this is in the way. Alright. Alright. Okay. Oh, see? That one's trying to escape. Did you see him climb right up there? Alright. I wrap it around just so I can get a better pull on it. Okay, so it's a little more snug. I need my ribbons here, guys. I'm just going to trim that down right now. Alright, before I actually tie this shut, I know I'm flipping this around a lot. I'm going to take my, Alright, I need to pull this tight. Pull that down. I need to put in the back of my thread here. It's right there. You can actually take your tag off. You can just put your thread through. I cut way too long of ribbon here, but we'll give it a nice bunch of tails. All right. So now I can tie this. Maybe. I'm really bow challenged right now. Again, not used to having such long nails. And it is bowling season, so I probably will have to trim them off. All right. I don't want that big of a loop, but we can have a pretty large bow in there. Okay. All right, so now we've got our little string in here. And let's assemble our tag. So go ahead and just put this. I'm going to use liquid glue because it's still a little damp. So I'm just going to put liquid glue on like half of it. I know it's going to hang off the edge a little bit. So let's grab our silicone mat here. All right, there we go. And let's grab our little stamped dog, a little trick-or-treater here. Now, you don't necessarily have to color them in brown or gray. You can color them green. In fact, maybe we'll do one of the other ones in green. All right, let's take our dimensionals. And I'm going to put one little dimensional underneath that lollipop so that lollipop doesn't get flattened out. Okay, here we go. No, he doesn't. Yeah, they're little stinkers sometimes, hey? I mean, my husband can't even give me a hug without Cooper being Cooper. We do it on purpose, though, just to drive him crazy, but... Right, Cooper? Do you want a kiss? Mm-hmm. If I make that sound near my husband or my grandchildren, oh, it drives him crazy. He does not like that. Okay. And we'll put a star right there. Okay. So we'll come thread this through now. All right. I like to leave it hang a little bit loose, but I don't want it hanging really loose because otherwise it'll flop all over. That's why I gave myself enough to tie it. Oh, come on. I cannot tie a bow tonight. All right. And it's definitely because of these nails. I know, I'm whining about it. I'll stop. Okay, so that is our little treat. Okay, kind of fun. Then I'll flip around to whatever side, but it's okay because both sides look pretty. Alrighty. Now, I have another card here, and this one's really fun, and then we have our last treat. This one is a bit more, but a lot of it's going to be done for you. Okay. So what I have in here, I'm going to show you the card. I just thought this was really cute. I saw it over the weekend at our convention. I think Judy Tuttle did it. But I thought this was really cute and I wanted to make it. So it's using those everyday arches. Now, if I didn't show you those everyday arches, they are fabulous. I never thought that I'd really, when I first saw them, like, I don't need to have them. I have other shapes, but oh my gosh, I have been using these like crazy now. I just love them. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking I could live without them, but I can't. So anyways, these are all the different arches. So to make this card here, I have 3 black arches already die cut for you, and that will be done for you. So you'll have your 3 arches, all right? I've also die cut a white one for you. If you don't have the arches, we're using the designer series paper and we're cutting that paper in arches. If you don't have the arches, what you'll need to do then is take your designer series paper and let me grab it. I don't think I have a piece already. I think all the pieces I had were all cut up. Oh no, I have one piece left. Okay. All right. So that's a strip. So that comes in a whole 12 by 12 sheet. Let me just show you which one it is. It's this one right here, right? So what you want to do is flip it over to the other side. Take this white arch that I gave you, that's already done, and trace it. And then cut out. Trace it and cut out 2 of them. But if you have the arches, use the arches. And then I use the largest for the black, the second largest for the designer series paper and the white. All right, so now I need a piece. Where's my other piece? Okay. Oh, man. I am going to hopefully get to clear out the craft room this weekend. Next month, I want to have a craft room clear out. I know I have past kits here, so I want to get rid of those. All right. So now what I need is a strip of cardstock here to kind of assemble my guys together here. And trying to remember what I scored at. Oh, okay. Easy. All right. So let's get this in here. And I'll need to pull out my thing here. So this piece, I'm trimming it. Maybe. Why is this not sitting right? But it's sitting flat. Okay. So three there. Come on. I've got too much stuff on my desktop here. Do I have it at? Okay. So, on this one, I did not want to see that strip on the back, so I tucked it underneath. For the video here, I'm going to do it the opposite way, and you can choose which way you want to do it. I mean, it gets hidden, but you can kind of see it here. I just didn't, I don't know, I just wanted it, I didn't want it in the back. But we'll put it in the back. You can see how you like it, and you can decide which way you want to put yours. All right, so I just got this strip here that I've scored, and I've scored it so that I can fit all my pieces on. So we'll take this one here, this one here, and we're just going to put them on like that. All right. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to see it back here. So that's up to you what you want to do. But I'll show you both ways. You make your decision on what way you want to go with it. And there you go. I'm going to use my tearing tape. Actually, I'm just going to use liquid glue. All right, so I want this one here. Yep. Right, so we'll go ahead and just put liquid glue on all of it. All right. So I think I'll start with my middle piece. All right. Then this one, it doesn't matter which side you do, just do one of your sides. Just make sure that your bottom is lined up. All right. Usually what I like to do is I like to fold it this way so I can see where it's going to be lined up. And this one. That's why liquid glue right now is really a good friend, because you can adjust if you need to. All right. So again, this is what your back will look like. So I don't know that I like that showing. So I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it the way I have it written up in the tutorial. I'm going to hide that. I want to make it look pretty. So I'm going to hide that. So now I'm going to take my two pieces here. I'm going to put those on. And we are going to use our dies. Oh, yeah. On these. This one here. So I'm just going to center it. Now you do see it a little bit, but I think because we're going to have a lot going on in here, you're not going to even notice it. Again, if you don't want to look at it there, then put it in the back. If it really bothers you when you have the arch dies, cut another row of dies. I'm not going to do that. All right. So now I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to take my Happy Halloween. And yep, we're going to stamp in pumpkin pie this time. I told you we'd be using a different color. All right. If I can find the stamp. Sure, I got that cleaned. All right. And I'm going to stamp it pretty high, high up, so towards the top, because I'm going to decorate the inside. All right. Oh, you know what I should have done first before I adhered those? I forgot I was putting a strip of paper on there. Hold on. I just need to find my... There it is. Okay. All right. So the back of this we're going to be using some more of. We're going to be putting a strip of it at the bottom of each here. So I'm just going to cut 1-inch strips. I'm going to do one at first, because I'm going to need to cut that down. All right. So what I'm going to do here, I should have attached this to each of the bottoms before I adhered it, and I forgot to. So I'm just going to use this one, and I'll use this one to measure the other ones. All right. So we'll come back, and this one is 3 5/8. Right. So 1 inch and 1 inch. So I need 3 1-inch strips, and then those will be 3 5/8. It was so much easier to do it beforehand. Less measuring. Alright, so we're going to take this, and we'll just grab our liquid glue. Grab my little silicone mat so I don't make a mess. I know, hard to believe I'd make a mess, but I could. And I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom. Oop, I got a little bit more glue on there than I planned. All right. Now I can tell it's getting later in the day because now my cough is coming back. All right. Same thing here. And same thing here, except now I got glue all over my hands, so everything is sticking to my hands. All right, let me... This struggle's real. Hang on, I'm just trying to get some of my hand sanitizer here so I can get my hands unstickified. All right. Now my hands are wet. Dry the hands, dry the hands. Okay. Let's go ahead and decorate this one. And we're going to pull in our little die cut sheet here. And we're going to pop out one of the hippos. You can use whichever hippo in which direction you want. Let's see what this way. This one will look this way. Oh yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, so we use that one. And I need the other cauldron here. And a green goo. All right. And I want a little crow with a pumpkin here. Or raven or whatever it is. And I need my tree. So this one we're going to be using a lot of die cuts. And we'll grab the little dancing guy here. Let's see. I'll grab this one. And I'm going to add a couple candy corns. There's quite a few on here and I haven't used them yet. Excuse me. We have one last project to make. This was almost done, so we didn't have to do any really stamping except for the sentiment. And our die cuts are already done for us. And okay, come on. My hand is still sticky from the liquid glue. That's all right, because we're using more liquid glue. With the tree, I'm going to be putting that on with liquid glue. The rhino or hippopotamus or whatever he is, the mummy, we'll just use some dimensionals. This, I just want to make sure that it's not going to get folded in that frame there. All right, so we have him. And, oh. All right, I got to do something here. Now, I had a little towel in here before. Just bear with me. My hands are so sticky that everything is sticking to my hands versus my project. So I just need to get them cleaned off really good. I don't know how they got so sticky, but I mean, I know how, but I didn't think I used that much glue. All right. So now we've got this guy. Dancing trick-or-treater. And I'm going to put one of the candy corns over here. Let's pop him up on dimensionals. Again, rhino or hippopotamus. I think it's a hippo. And I want to get him fully supported so that he knows he's loved. Just kidding. I mean, who wouldn't love to get this card? Even adults like to get trick-or-treat stuff. Just saying. Again, I know my husband will really appreciate the Mike and Ike's. And while he may be trying to be careful when he tries to open it, he's going to rip it open. I know this. All right. There's the hippo. All right. So now I have a little pink strip. Where'd it go? Where's my little half-inch strip? I just had it. It must have went away with all the other stuff that I keep dropping on the floor. All right. All right, we'll just cut another piece. I don't feel like looking for it. I need a half-inch strip of petunia pop. Actually, 2 half-inch strips. Which must be in the envelope, because I know I had it cut. I know it was in there. All right. So we're going to grab our sentiment that says, "Don't worry, eat sweets." And I'm going to stamp. You know what? I need a long strip because I can stamp it all at one time. It's kind of irritating me that I lost that strip. Oh, what is it irritating me tonight? Jeez. Sorry. I don't mean to be that way. I just, I don't know. It must be the day. I must be just a crabby pants today. I don't mean to be, but it's happening. I've got to find a way to put my projects in something better so I don't spill and drop them like I've been doing. There. Now I have one sentiment, or one piece that will fit the whole sentiment. And I can just stamp it all at one time. So let's grab our Memento Black. Oh no. Oh. Did you finally pass your kidney stone? That's awful. All right. All right. Don't worry. Eat sweets. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. So I'm just going to trim this down. So I'm going to trim it right where that comma. Well, I suppose I can leave the comma there. Don't worry. And then eat sweets. I'm going to pop this up on a dimensional. Making sure that I'm doing the worry side, because I'm going to have it overlapping my hippo. So I don't want to put a dimensional where it's going to overlap the hippo. Don't worry. This one I'm just going to put flat on the inside. I don't want to have too much bulk on the inside. Eat sweets. Don't worry. Eat sweets. Don't worry. All right, let's put our arch on the inside. And I just put my arm in that. See what I was saying about cleaning those right away? So now, not only did I put my arm on that, I now put my arm on my desk. So now my desk is filled with ink. Sorry, I had to wipe that off before it dried. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just adhere our gunk to our cauldron. All right. Okay, now based on which way your little guy is going here, it's going to determine what side you put your cauldron on. And I'll show you my original card so you can see. So, on my original card, they're going in opposite directions. All right, this one we're going to go ahead and put on our, I'm going to take some of them dimensionals here, and I'm just going to send that one right across, and I'll just grab a hole in here. I'm just trying to use some of my strips up there, so I can throw that sheet away. All right, yeah, we'll just put it right there. And we're going to, let's go ahead and add another piece of candy corn somewhere here. We'll put one down here. And I think I popped up a third one, didn't I? All right, I'm going to take out a third one. I'm going to put that one on a dimensional right here. Okay. All right. Now we just need to add our little foam embellishments, and we're done with this card. And then our next project is actually pretty quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's awful. Let's put on one of our little bats that we die cut earlier. So what do you think of the class so far? Looks like a fun one. Okay, we'll put this bat. I'm going to put it right here. All right. And let's grab some stars. I'll put one right here. I see this black cat in the window, and I want to put a little star on its head. I don't know why. I just thought it would be funny. We'll put another little black star next to the pumpkin right there. Put another white star right by that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. 5. I use a small purple one right here. Okay, so that one. I'm not going to put in this one, and I'll put a couple on this one here. So let's see. Let's put one right. Do one there. One over here. Happy Halloween. And one right on our card. All right. Okay. So how fun is that card? And again, my original just had my little creatures going the other way. And that will fit in a regular size envelope. It's a little thicker, a little bulkier, so you may have to use the hand metered. All right, last project. Look at how freaking cute this one is. It is a little treat box, and you know what it fits? It fits these handy dandy little chocolate sandwiches. So they're like miniature Oreo cookies is basically what they are. All right, so we need a couple things here. I need this strip. Oh, I did have it right here. I cut a 3/4 inch strip from the Designer Series paper. I have a piece of my base here. So now on this, I'm going to measure on the short side. I'm going to score it at, get my blade out of there, 1 inch on both sides. On the long side, I'm going to score at, and just give me a minute to remember what my score lines were. 1, 3, 4, 6. Okay, 1 inch. Um, 3 inches. 4 inches, and then 6 inches. All right. Okie dokie. Now, I need my handy dandy little snips here. And I want to make sure that I'm cutting straight for these tabs here. And pick one side or the other, because what you're going to do on this one is you're going to cut it at an angle here and straight here. You cut this one because we don't need this corner here. This is actually going to tuck into the box. So this is going to be our box top, all right? So now you want to score, just burnish all your lines here. It makes it easier to do all the other cutting. All right. So now on this side, I still need to cut right here. So I'm just going along those straight line. On the small tabs now, you can, do your little miter cuts. I do this so my box fits together better, because I don't always cut the straightest. So by having those little mitered edges, the box will go together better. Okay, it's just the short tabs, the small 1 inch tabs that you're going to be doing that on. I used to be really intimidated when I first started working with boxes and doing treat boxes. Because I'm like, oh, I'll never get it. I'll never be able to cut them right. And it's really not hard. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Yeah. So now these 4 tabs we're folding in, right? Just like I did there. And I'm going to put some liquid glue on each of them. So we're going to start forming our box really by rolling it together. Remember, this side right here with this flap is our top. All right, so now I'm just going to roll these together. Pull this one back. And I'm going to bring my edges together. So what I'm going to do is just make sure this edge is flat, all right? Same here. I want to make sure this outside edge matches that corner. When you have your mitered angles like that, you can't use that cardstock to really get your corners right. So just make sure that your edge and your corner meet together. Okay. Normally I will hold this together with some little mini paper clips. It needs about 10-15 seconds to set. All right. In the meantime, what I'll do is show you how this is going to work. All right, so these two flaps here, notice we have cut, those are going to roll in there. Now, the front of your box, you can do one of two things. On the front of my box, on this one here, I actually cut at a little angle to make it look pretty, but you can leave it just like that. Totally up to you. I'm going to leave this one flat, and I'm just going to trim my strips here, and all the measurements will be in the tutorial. So from that 12-inch strip, you will get all the pieces that you need. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my liquid glue. Now remember, I had said I put mine upside down, so look which way your bats are going. And that way you know which way this will go. And I am going to use my liquid glue here. You can use whatever adhesive you want. And this one, it really doesn't matter. How do I keep measuring that wrong? Okay. I need to trim that down. I don't know why. I've done this box like 3 times and I keep getting this measurement wrong. I don't know why. Oh, that's fine. All right. I had forgotten originally when I did it, I was going to do a smaller box and figured out that I had to do a larger box. All right. So again, look which way your bats are going. Just make sure you're putting them on in the right direction instead of flying upside down like my other one. Taking my sides now. Put them there. You could actually just, wrap the entire 12-inch strip around. I kind of like it with a little bit of a look with the orange around it. It's up to you. If you don't want to cut the strips, then wrap it all the way around. All right. So now we've got our box there. All right, I'm going to take my cookie. I'm going to drop it inside. On the inside here, I'm going to take my little guy here. This one I'm going to have to trim down a little bit. We're just going to use this one actually. So, on here, this is 2 inches. I'm going to go to 1 3/4, and then 3 1/4. Okay, and we're just gonna say Happy Halloween. Hello? Oh, that was weird. I don't know what that sound was. Kind of freaked me out. Okay. I would stamp Happy Halloween if I knew where I put my stamp. Here it is. So I got Happy Halloween right there. I'll put that on the inside of the box. Do a little sentiment on the inside. I'm going to close my little box up now. And I'm going to be giving you, where did they go? Oh, come on. Here I was all excited about sharing this with you, and I don't know where they went. Some little Velcro dots. Right there. Found them. To close your box. I don't know where I found these at. Some craft fair store, whatever. All right. So you're going to get a little Velcro dot here. Your Velcro dot has adhesive on both sides, but what I like to do first is I actually like to take my Velcro dot here and put it to the clear one. Then, if I can get it, if I can get it separated. All right. This was not this hard earlier. All right. Then what I do is I put this on the inside. I close it. And give it a good press. Now, that one should stick to the paper. Oh, for Pete's sake. This one got yunky. All right. I don't know what happened. It's sticking to my finger and won't come off. There's a problem I'm having. All right, close the box. I'm just going to move that way a little bit. And I don't know what's going on with this. It was working earlier. Hold please while I get this. All right. All right. Well, I'm just pushing it there. And then when you close it, it'll stick. All right. The other thing you can do is you can take your ribbon here. And this is more just for decoration. That Velcro should hold. But if your Velcro dot, for some reason, doesn't work, then go ahead and just tie your bow. Okay. I'll move the position of my bow in just a minute after I get done tying it. Okay, you want to leave your tails a little bit longer because if people are tying and untying this, you don't want your ribbon to start fraying too much. Okay, so there we go. I have that right in the front. Now, this right here was from this one. I trimmed it down and then I just cut these corners off, just like that. So now we'll take this. We're going to go ahead and add this right to the top of our box. Again, I like to use enough adhesive that I know it's going to stay in place. Our box, and I'm hoping I have one of these little buggers colored. I don't. Okay. So take your choice if you want to have your little witch or if you want to have your little dog, up to you. So we're going to stamp each sweets on a 1/2-inch strip of white cardstock. There we go. 1/2-inch strip, where are you? Okay, I got a 3/4-inch strip. I don't know where it went. Probably it fell on the floor with everything else that fell earlier. Right. You know, just when I think I have everything all in place. Okay, so now we're going to take our petunia pop. get my Eat Sweets. And you can, you know, if you want to stamp the whole thing on your strip, go ahead. You can just cut down what you need. And this one will have to be kind of cut close to the edge. So, Eat Sweets. Oh, I do have a little witch cut. All right. So we'll do our Eat Sweets. But I do want to color the little Frankenstein in green. So we're just going to quick do this one. So we're going to take our Lemon Lime Twist, the light and the dark. So we're going to find the other one. I feel like I'm losing my mind all of a sudden. Here it is. All right. So I'm going to start with my light. And I'm going to color this whole little guy in here. We got his little hands. All right. I'm going to come back in with my dark. I'm just going to add some little shadowing here. Okay, we'll come in with Petunia Pop. We'll color his little pants in Petunia Pop. And we'll color the lollipop. All right, I'll come in with my light pumpkin pie here. It doesn't really take that long to color these little guys. They're pretty quick. Add a little bit more shading here. We'll just add it right there. And I realized I missed his little thing on the other side of him. I just want to get that colored in. All right. And we'll run it through the die cut machine real quick and get it all cut out. You can actually fussy cut this out. So we're just going to do that. If you don't have the dies, but you have the stamp set, you can actually fussy cut them out. It's not bad. I feel like a lot of the stamp sets that Stampin' Up! Is offering now, a lot of them can be easily fussy cut. So if you don't have a die cut machine, you can fussy cut it out. I personally like to use my dies. If I'm just trying to do one thing really quick, I don't necessarily pull out my dies to do that, but I prefer how more precision the die is in my cutting. But that's just me. Again, turn your paper, roll your paper. But I just wanted to be able to show you, you have an option if you don't have the dies. And this goes for any class I offer, even though the dies may be part of a bundle, you don't necessarily need to have them. I will definitely let you know when it's, yeah, you need to have them. Like the Notes and Totes bundle. That one, you need to have them. But this one, no, you don't have to. However, it does make for some really cute projects. Nope. Got that little corner right there. Doop. Doop. That's good. That's straighter. Doop. Okay. All right. So we've got our little Eat Sweets. Here is our little Frankenstein guy. We'll pop him up on dimensionals, and we are almost done. As soon as we get our little bat on this guy, we are done with our projects. I'll bring them all in. And again, this, I can send this class to you. It's our Mega Sweet. It's not Mega Sweet. It's our Spooky Sweet Mega class. And actually, right before I say goodbye, I'm going to post the link to the registration in there. Actually, I'll do it right after. I have to go use the facilities, so. All right. And now, again, I do have 4 other projects, and we'll be using some of the things that we didn't use tonight in those other 4 projects. Some will be cards, some will be 3D projects. I always feel like Halloween is my time for 3D projects. All right. So we've got our little bat right here. And we'll get our little stars. We'll decorate this one up. I'll get all the stuff kind of out of the way so I can bring back in everything. There we go. Okay. Got that on there. I'm gonna put my take a pick tool is what I was looking for to do my stars. But I guess there it is. Found it. All right. So let's just we'll put a little black one right next to it. Okay. And we'll put a large black one down at the bottom. Okay. So super quick and easy. Let me show you the original one that's pictured in the tutorial, and then you have the one that we've done here. So you can make your choice of whichever little creature you'd like to do in it. So that's our little Oreo cookie box. We had our Arch Fun Fold. All right. Now you're going to get one of each, okay? So, but you do get a half a package of your designer series paper, so you can make your cards. So there you go. Our treats. I'm hoping I'm getting everything in here. Let me see. Am I not? Move this stuff off to the side. Okay. So I got those cards, these treats. Are we seeing everything? And then our 6th project is our little Sour Patch Kids, my personal favorite, versus all the other things I've used. So, all right. So, again, this is our Mega class, and this is available for you to purchase, and I will send you all the supplies that you need. You'll have all the pre-cut cardstock. It'll all be scored for you. The dies, using the arch dies and the banner dies, will be done for you. You get a half package of that designer series paper, the specialty paper. You get a half package of iridescent bags, your dots, your stars, I mean, and then your ribbon, your iridescent ribbon that coordinates with it all. Right. And that is our Mega Sweet class, our Spooky Sweet class. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here on a Friday night and hanging out for so long. Take care. Get some rest. Take it easy. Spend time with people that you love and appreciate, and that love and appreciate you. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you later. I will be posting as much as I can throughout the weekend and kind of play some catch-up. So check out Facebook on occasion. You might see something new from me. All right. Have a good night.